Welcome to Real Money Talks. Real strategies from the moneymakers and the world changers that you can use to make millions, keep those millions, multiply your wealth, and build your team. Here's your host, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View, Loral Langemeier.
Hi, this is Laura. Welcome to Laurel's Real Money Talks. And as always, I bring extraordinary interviews. If not, I just do some conversation on our own. I have so much amazing content coming up. 2022 is going to be lightning. If you're listening to this, hearing this in 2022, I'm back today with someone I call my financial mom, Sharon Lechter. Let's listen in and talk about this year and getting results. So I'm back with my dear friend. I call her my financial mom, Sharon Lechter. So Sharon and I met in 1996, sitting around her kitchen table, and the Rich Dad, Poor Dad brand was about to launch. And I have to say that, I single-handedly give you all of the marketing credit because you jammed, dear lady, in putting that brand on the map, followed with the cash flow game, which I was, dearly involved in. But let's fast forward. You have your own game, Thrive Time, the Family First Mission. Talk a little bit about just what you've been up to in the last bit, especially during the pandemic. Here we are, 2022, and I have this new saying, it's right here, so we're going to stop participating and let's get to it. We have way too much to do. So how are you?
I'm doing great, my dear. And it is. I'm so, 2021 is, you look back and you can concentrate on the negative, or you can say, what did I do to position myself for 2022? And now, you've got a blank wall. You can create the future that you want. And yes, after building the Rich Dad brand, I stepped in and helped reinvigorate the Napoleon Hills brand. But the last few years, I've been concentrating on my new book, Exit Rich, which helps people understand how to truly build not just a successful business, but one that's sustainable and scalable. But I've been really focused on creating and finding tools to help people speed their way to success, because there's so much noise out there. There's so much on the internet that both you and I, you want people that walk the talk, and it's hard. You have to do your due diligence. And so I've really been looking at how can I help people find the tools to help them get to where they need to go.
So let's dig in a little to the Napoleon Hill work. I love, of all the work that you did with them, you did so much work. 3 Feet from Gold, stands out. And it's really the one I wanted to pull forward to talk about, in addition to Oola, goal setting. But there's a formula in 3 Feet from Gold. And it's such a powerful book. If you don't have it, go get it. It's imperative. So talk about the formula.
Absolutely. Yeah, I loved it because it was my first book with the foundation. It was really, we were talking to successful people. This was during the financial crisis of 2008. And we were talking about how they survived, how they got through it. And many people didn't. And so the whole concept was, so many times we get so close to being successful, 3 feet from gold, and we stop. We get waylaid. So we interviewed all these successful people to say, what were the common elements of their success? And we came up with your personal success equation. You can go to personalsuccessequation.com. But your personal success equation, it combines your passion and your talent. And my passion came from anger. We weren't teaching kids about money in school. And your talent, I had lots of years as a CPA and lots of years with publishing. And most of us stop there thinking we have to do it on our own. But true success comes from combining your passion and your talent times a power of association. One of my most valued associations is with you, Laurel. And that is, who do you surround yourself with? Who are your mentors? Who help you build your brand? Who's on your team? Do you have people on your team who are strong where you are weak? That power of association is so important. And then times a, taking action. How many times do we know what we're supposed to do? We just don't do it. And part of that is solved by having the right people around you, because they'll kick you in the what. And then the final element was plus F, and that stands for faith. Having faith in yourself, having faith in what you're doing, having faith that is needed and necessary, and having faith that you will succeed. But way too many times when I start with clients, that F is fear. And that's what's holding them back. That's what's creating those major blocks. And they go hand in hand. Power of association and faith in yourself. When you have the right people around you, they won't let you stay in fear.
Right.
And so it's really important to look at every aspect of the personal success equation in your life and say, where do I need to make some adjustments?
So Sharon, having done this for so long, and I look at just my own life and how many times, you're 3 feet from gold, and really you're only like 1 foot, one action, one step. So what advice or insight would you give folks who I'm going to say give up too early? As you know, I'm in some what I call endurance projects. They've been going on for years and years and years and years. And we're finally going to see the gold in 2022. But I'll tell you, there were moments that I would say I wanted to quit, but really modify the whole thing. So there's just so many people who their success is, I'm going to say 1 foot. It's right there, one action, one thing.
Well, so many people in today's society, we've been taught we're very impatient. And if you think about in the olden days, forging swords, okay, they're very, very strong, but they're strong by putting them through the fire that makes them soft, and then the hammering, right? And so many of us can think about times in our life when we were in the fire. And it was like, we have to get through it. We have to understand. And that learning from adversity is very much an element of everything Napoleon Hill wrote, and understanding that we are challenged. We don't know the game plan for us, but the issue is having that perseverance to continue. Because if you have that definiteness of purpose, that's number one element in outwitting the devil, as well as Think and Grow Rich, and also 3 feet from gold. We talk about having that definiteness of purpose, and it helps you get through those bad days, but also having the right people around you. I mean, I have a lot of clients I do one-on-one mentoring with, and they're just ready to give up. And it's like you have to take them back through the journey for them to look at what they've accomplished. Instead of looking at where you haven't gone, look at how far you've come.
Yeah.
Okay. And then celebrate that and understand that every day you take a step towards those little wins help keep you getting there. But it does get frustrating when you're trying to go alone, and it doesn't, it seldom goes as fast as you want it to. So you have to continue to celebrate the progress you're making while you're focusing on what I need to do to accelerate my success.
Sharon, what would you say to those people? I'm going to go back into that part of the conversation that don't have that definitive purpose. They don't feel like they have, like you and I have very similar purpose, right? This conversation about money, right? The conversation of the family, financial literacy across the planet. I mean, it just doesn't exist. And I would say that I borrowed some of your purpose, when I first met you, to even like get mine deeper and deeper. And the more I got in the work, the more definitive mine become. So, I'm going to say, Bob Proctor, I said, I'm going to believe in you until you believe in you. Right. So, I borrowed his belief, and I'm going to say I borrowed some of your purpose. What other like techniques or tactics? How do people move through that if they really don't feel like they get up every day and say, I have like some definitive purpose? Where do they go get it? Where do they find it?
Well, I talk about that in the personalsuccessequation.com. If you go to that, it's a free download. But it really is, and in the book 3 Feet from Gold, it's really important that you think about, what are you here for? And at the end of the day, are you in the driver's seat or are you in the passenger seat? Because when you're in the passenger seat, you're living somebody else's purpose. But when you're in the driver's seat, that gives you a will to live. It also, on those mornings when you just want to roll over and pull the covers over, the definite purpose is what gives you the inspiration to get out of bed and keep going, because it takes it outside of you, because it's a greater purpose than just yourself. And sometimes you have to think about what inspires you. For me, it was what made me mad. But that definite purpose, when I dedicated my career to financial literacy in December of 1992, when my oldest son got in a credit card debt at college, I'm as passionate about it today as I was back then. That's my definite purpose. And I think a lot of people don't know what their purpose is, because they're trying to live life through other people's eyes. So they need to take time to step back and say, what's important to them? What is their passion?
And borrow it. I mean, just go, like, I know working on the Rich Dad Poor Dad team, side by side, like with you and that whole team, it's what gave me the idea of our team, right? The Rich Dad Advisor team. It was genius. And I thought, man, when I have my own stuff, I'm going to have a team. And we have a team. We've had a team now for 20 years. So borrowing and being part of someone else, like I know folks on our team that they get their total fulfillment as being part of our whole team.
Sure.
So speak to some other options, I'd say, for people, because I do think that being on other people's team is a huge part of it, and I'm on this campaign also, Sharon, I'll add to another kind of tangent in it, but it's the same conversation. You don't have to be an influencer. There's so many people in this Zoom day and age, and everybody's online. And like you said, there's so much noise and what's right. And I just think there's so much scam and wrong information out there right now. But you be an affiliate for you, be an affiliate for me.
That's exactly what I teach, Loral. I talk about the importance of assets, income producing assets. But I said, if you haven't gotten started yet, let's raise some cash. And you can raise some cash. You don't have to start your own business. You can find a business that you believe in that has an affiliate program and stands aside, align with them and market to them and help other people. Because in essence, that's what you did with us. But we didn't have the same online tools back then. So it wasn't quite as easy. But today, the online tools of affiliate programs help people do that. If you have something you believe in, you can assist that and make money doing it. And it's a great way to generate some cash flow. Yeah. So that you can start investing in income producing assets. And you're right. A lot of people are out there trying to become celebrity influencers, and they're never going to make it because they don't understand the tools that they need, and they don't understand the power of association, building that community.
Yep. Well, and I just think so many people, it's okay that you are side by side with other successful groups. And I think
that's the power of association that I teach.
Totally is. And find your purpose in that. Like, what's the one thing I'll talk about, like Eileen in our community. I mean, she loves fixing personal credit and organizing you down to the real nitty gritty, your P&Ls, and loves helping you build corporate credit. So she's found her passion within, one topic of the bigger topic. Right. So I just want to give those of you listening, tools and things that you can do, that you don't have to drive and be your own person. And sometimes when you're your own person out there, it gets, well, I wouldn't even say that we're alone. We just have a different association. So I appreciate that, Sharon. Let's talk about Oola. You called me, I think it was July 3rd. July 2nd or 3rd, you and I always have a check-in, and you said there's going to be this huge launch. You have to be a part of it. You have to be part of my team. I said, of course, and we jumped on board. And it's right in the vein of everything we're talking about. So talk about why you joined the Oola team. And of course, I've joined with you, and how to help people get accountable. But I know you have a more personal relationship with the owners.
Right. Well, the guys who founded it, I've mentored them for 7 years, and they were financially free at very early ages, late 30s, beginning 40s, and really had this mission to help people have a better, happier life. And so they had this brand Oola, and they wrote a book, and they had another network marketing come to them, Young Living. They did a whole series of essential oils along with the Oola principles, and was millions of dollars flooding into them. And they were all over the world. They had over 1 million people that were part of it. And they said, we really want to impact more people. Instead of 1 million, I want to impact 1 billion. And so they actually kind of went underground for a year, creating an online platform that is driven by artificial intelligence, so that you can get an individualized support of personal development and goal setting tools that can help you create one big life. Now, in people talk about work-life balance, and I go BS before Sharon. I don't say bad words, but because there's more to your life than just work and life balance. You have your fitness, your finance, your family, your friends. You've got your faith, and you have also your fun. Let's have some fun, right? And so your business is your field. So they have this platform of 7 F's in creating your life. And what the tool is, it allows you to create a framework. So you go in and determine where you are, a blueprint of where you are in each of those areas, and then chart a course and set goals, defining goals in each of those areas so that you can have a more happy and more fulfilled and more significant life. And it really works. Now, when they first showed it to me, I said, whatever you guys are doing, I want to support it. And I thought, I'll be part of this. Now, I have never been part of a company that wasn't strictly education based. This is still personal development, but I'm very, very encouraged in the tool because I think it helps. And no matter what business you're in, it's going to help you get to the next level. And when I first got the tool, I said, well, I don't need it, but I think a lot of my clients do. I was very arrogant. And so I said, well, I better go through it myself to see so I can answer questions. And I got hooked. Because not only we do vision boards, we do to-do lists, and the vision boards go in the closet, the to-do lists go in the drawer. But this is a living thing, and it is tied into an app. And every single day, you basically record your action steps, and so it's gamified. But it also gives you that confidence in that personal success equation, right? The power of association. There's a community of Oola, and it gives you the opportunity to learn from other people. And every week they're delivering personal development packets that are uniquely designed for you because of how you've answered the initial setup. And then taking action every single day. It's encouraging you to take action and then it helps your self-confidence. That faith that you have, because every single day you're taking a step to move in that direction. And I got hooked. My husband got hooked. We each lost 30 pounds this year because we were really focused and keeping an eye on a daily goal. Yeah. And I think that's really what helps. Sometimes we get complacent, we get comfortable, and we kind of take our foot off the gas. And this helps you stay focused on what's really important to you. The life you want to live, not the life somebody else wants you to live, not the keeping up with so-and-so on Facebook who looks like their life is nothing but roses, and it's not.
Lattes and whatever.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Or, private jets and Rolls Royces. And so all of a sudden you feel less than. Nope. You are perfect just the way you are. And you can determine what you want out of life and go after it. But having this tool helps you and gives you that ability to continue every single day making progress and feeling good about yourself.
So Sharon, what do you say to those folks that we talked about purpose and some strategies to define purpose? And, I'm just going to say, go borrow it and get close to those who live every day with it. I mean, it will rub off. I mean, modeling is essential adult learning, right? I mean, everybody's looking side to side anyway. I do my best to coach you. I know you do the same with your client, Sharon, to say, focus on you and your family. So what do you want for you? What do you say when people get going and they do take their foot off the gas, in your words, and they'll say, whatever their boundary is. Let's use the big one a lot of women use, which is taking care of everyone else but themselves and then living resentful.
Yes, absolutely. And that happens so often. And I've been there, I've done that. And it's like we put blinders on, like we develop what I call the martyr syndrome. We're doing this for everybody else. I'm a mother, I need to take care of them. And you go, wait a minute, stop it. That's one of the tool part of the Oola is that it's all about you. It's not anybody else. It's what do you want? And as it relates to family, you can focus on that. You can focus on faith. You can focus on finance, fitness, and allows you to be responsible for you. And that's what's so important, because we do take our foot off the gas. And that's why that power of association, when you talk about modeling somebody, that's power of association. And that's what it gives us, that community feeling, and understand that we have the opportunity and that we're perfect the way we are, but nothing's going to change if we don't change. Every one of us is where we are today because the choices we made before today. And if you want something different out of life, you need to start making different choices. And one of those choices is what tools are you using to help you? Who are you hanging around? Who are you learning from? Who are you listening to? and what actions are you taking? Because a lot of people do a lot of listening, but no action.
Yeah.
And that's not going to help you either. We want you to take action.
So speak to action for a little moment. What would you say to those who feel like they're not motivated to get up? I love when people say, Loral, you got to motivate me. It's like, I can't motivate you. It's got to come within here. But I tell you, using the Oola app, and by the way, for $47 a month, you go to askloral.com/ just OOLA, put in Oola, and you'll be part of my team. We're building a huge team 2022. We started in 2021. And we're going to help you get results this year. But what would you say to those people who just don't get up and get going with the right actions? Like, I'll tell you what we're telling people is, we actually to help them design a revenue producing day from when they get up, how many marketing calls, how many sales calls, like what produces revenue in a day. These are the things you must do. Now put it in your Oola app and it will remind you, like put some things in that are specific to the goal you want in the money category, for example. What would you say in general though around that action?
Well, the Oola app is going to help you identify, because a lot of times we have blocks that we don't even recognize that are keeping us from taking the actions we need. And that's one of the first things that you work on in Oola is that the app actually helps identify what those blocks are and how to get rid of them. And that self-sabotage, that, term that we all probably do it at sometimes, it identifies that and helps you get past it. So it really is there. It's a tool that enables you to step forward when you don't know. And you're right. I don't like being called a motivational speaker. I mean, people can call me inspirational speaker because motivation comes from outside. Inspiration comes from within. So if I inspire you to do something, that's coming from within you, and that's going to be permanent change. Motivation is like I put a little gas in your engine and all of a sudden it's gone. You have to find another source. So be inspired to take action. And if you don't change something, it's not going to happen, because we as humans are slow to change. But taking action by bringing in the resources that you need. And like you said, it's $47 a month to use the tool.
Yep.
And you have if you're a coach, you can, there's an opportunity to become an ambassador, and then you can help share it with your clients, and your tool can become free once you have 3 other people on the process. So that the entire platform was designed to help you. These guys are so servant leader minded. They're not in it for the money. They're in it to really impact people and create better lives. And just as you said, it just launched in July. So this is still very much the very entry level. So this is the time to get in on the ground floor and help spread the word and help other people, not just set goals, but to identify the blockages, to get rid of them, and to truly inspire them to live in all the 7F categories that they have: your field, which is your business, your faith, your fitness, your finance, your family, your friends, and most importantly for me, because this is when I need the most work on, fun, having fun.
Absolutely. Sharon, as we look forward to 2022, there's a lot of new stuff on the horizon. And those of you listening, we have a cryptocurrency class coming with Kelly Korshak, who's, to me, this leading genius in that, not only that category, but algorithms in finance with the iFlip software. We got NFTs, we have cannabis. I mean, you have all these new asset classes. You got a lot of just noise. There's a lot of noise. What would you say, some advice as we end our conversation for this moment, to those that are looking forward to 2022? What do they do with 2020, 2021, the pandemic? What advice would you give people?
Well, you need to start somewhere. And you've just named several new asset classes. Don't try and go to all of them. Don't try and do a little bit of all of them, because you need to focus on one area and learn it so that you can become skilled in that area. And then you can move to a second area. Too many people try to follow all the trends by throwing a little money, and make sure, that you're paying attention, you educate yourself so you know what you're doing. A lot of people are losing money because they're not paying attention. They're hoping for results instead of studying the reactions and the experience of the people they're following, and then studying what investment you want, and making sure you do it correctly and you track it. I'm a terrible day trader because I don't check it every single day. So I don't do that. I could, absolutely. But my lifestyle is I'm not going to do that every single day. So I accept that and I go, that's not something that I do. Could I do it? Absolutely. Could I make a lot of money doing it? Yes. But I'd get angry at myself all the time because I'm not doing it every single day. So find out what works for you.
So Sharon, 2022, what are you excited about for you personally? What are some things you're looking forward to for you? As you know, which, I've asked you to forward the book. So we're going to get that out and off to McGraw-Hill. I'm looking forward to our big book launch, How to Make Your Kids Millionaires, and you being a part of that, Oola being a huge part of what we're doing. My first grow facility, my first 5 acres will be harvesting Q3 and 4 this year. Can't wait. What are you excited about? Put some things on the map for everybody out there.
Well, obviously, I'm excited about the book for kids, doing that with you and doing the forward. That's super. I'm exceptionally excited about Oola because I truly believe it can help people. Mike and I have also gotten involved in EXP Realty because too many realtors live paycheck commission to commission. They never build personal wealth. And so this company has a way for people that are real estate agents to create and build personal wealth. And I want to help people do that. So you can reach out to me, info@Sharon Lechter. But I'm doing a new book for women and money. And that will be probably out mid-year. So that's going to be fun. And then got a couple of things going on right now that I'm pretty excited about, but that I can't talk about yet. So stay tuned. But Oola, EXP, and this new book on women and money are probably the big ones that I'm involved in right now.
Awesome. As always, thanks, Financial Mom. It's great to see you. It was great to see you guys, you and Michael, over the holiday with my son.
It was wonderful to see you. I'm so proud of you. You were a fantastic mom, and I'm so proud. And I'm excited about continuing this power of association that we have together. And I invite all of you to join us by signing up for Oola. And it was, what was it?
AskLoral.com/Oola. It's in the link below. Make sure you click on it, get signed up. We're building a huge team. And this could be what you want to do. Like if you say, well, I don't know what I want to do this again. You got to start somewhere. So,
and we have supporting calls that you'll be invited to every single week to help you as you go. So you're not on an island with this app. We literally have a community that we're building to support you. So thank you, my dear.
Thanks, Sharon. Love you. Appreciate you.
Love you.
Bye-bye. So this is Loral, and you've been listening to my podcast. If you've enjoyed this, I have a couple things you can do that are completely up to you. Number one, take my quiz. Go to integratedwealthsystems.com and take the quiz. You will find that there's one of 4 personalities, financial personalities, we call them, that you're going to fall into. So as you take the quiz, it'll actually go through and identify, are you in stagnant cash flow, right? Are you overpaying taxes? Do you have debt issues? Are you a lifestyle junkie? Where are you? And then from there, it goes to a video that actually gives you some solutions on how to correct that problem. So again, go to integratedwealthsystems.com, take my quiz, and we'll go from there.
Thanks for listening to the Real Money Talks podcast. Your host has been Loral Langemeier, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View. Want to learn more about off-Wall Street investing, tax strategies, and multi-million-dollar business strategies? Visit liveoutloud.com/podcast for past episodes, show notes, and resources. For some special wealth-building gifts only for Loral's podcast listeners, visit liveoutloud.com/podcast gifts. Do you have a burning question for Loral? Visit askloral.com to submit your question, and it may just be covered on a podcast episode. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to get new episodes every week.